on YouTube. I know that after an hour, TikTok will, you'll see the live version that's in on it. But we stream over at Mommy Ramblings blog on YouTube. So if you're over there on TikTok, you could always come over and chat with us on YouTube. The chat is more active on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, the same thing. If you're on Twitch, the same thing right now. And where else would it be streaming? I don't think we've been able to get it to go on Instagram yet, and so it should be like that. Hi Moon Dreams, hi Kevin, hi Alicia. We got home not too long ago. We went out to Pennsylvania and did some school shopping. So that was good. So we have a mystery to solve. Gypsy's been robbed. Gypsy's been robbed. I don't know what's going on with Gypsy. She's been robbed. Somebody stole her childhood. Somebody stole her real relationship with Ken. And she actually uses those words. She said, when Ken and I were separated for 5 years, I was robbed. We were robbed of our chance. Well, robbed of their chance? How? Gypsy seems to forget she murdered her mother. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, Tabby Wells. Hi, Margot. Okay, let me get to some of this stuff. And then there's some more drama. They're having a family reunion, and there's a woman on Facebook that said that she ran into them, and show you a picture that she posted on her TikTok. Let me see. And come on. Okay, I'm trying to get this too. Oh, I know why. Silly me. I have it right here. Okay. I'm going to show this to you. And then I'm going to tell you what she said about this. Okay. Here we go. All right. So this woman here, Lindsay Ann, posted this on her Facebook, and it's public. And it says, how this old biatch got mad because my child snapped a picture, but then there's fan pics with people here floating around. Not Gypsy Rose having an old lady fuss others for assuming photos and videos are being taken. I explained that I told my son to pick up his phone and let the girl live her life, and then I proceeded to tell her to F off and made a video. Anyway, Gypsy Rose at the lake, y'all. She only got in the boat to take a photo, then they paddled back, she said. So this is just a little photo op. She's not real, she's going to make us think, oh, we're out on the lake having a wonderful time. But she said they didn't. They took the photo and paddled back. Now, when I saw this picture, you know what this looks like? To me, this doesn't look like a lake or a river or anything. It looks to me like when towns get flooded and the streets get flooded and people are in boats. That's exactly what that looks like. Anyway, so it said, let's see, she said some more stuff. So I'm going to tell you what else she said. She said, when we first walked up to our usual spot, I saw a lady in the boat, and I thought she was in a wheelchair. So I was like, "Aw, that's so sweet. They put her wheelchair in the boat." And then her son said, "Mom, that's Gypsy Rose." Let's see. And then she said they came and got their boats from by me and went to find some business. Let's see. Somebody said she came to the big old festival. The big old festival. Somebody else said she needed to go back where she came from. And then the person that took this said she only got in the boat to take a photo, then they paddled back. Interesting, right? So that okay, that's interesting. There she is. So I bet you maybe he never left. This looks like Rod, right? Maybe he never let go of the boat. They're not going to show the end of the boat. And she's probably freaked out. But I don't know. I guess it looks like there's campers right there. I don't know. If anybody knows that area and knows where they are, you might know where they are with that. Let me see here. So she was robbed. So could somebody clue Gypsy Rose in that she wasn't robbed? She could, she is darn lucky she's out.
Failed.
That she's out, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right, let me go back over here. Back. Okay, let's say hi, Kristy and Micro. Pick all for illusion, yeah. Well, no, the woman said that an older woman, I don't know if it was Kristy, I don't know who it was, she didn't say. She said an older woman came over to her and started telling her not to be taking pictures and this and that. Probably alligators in there, Christine? Yeah, you're right, probably right. That's what Foxy Pot says down on the bayou, right? Down on the bayou. Lots going on down the bayou. Does anybody know where that is? Foxy Pot would probably know where that is. Tammy, you wish he'd let go. He probably never let go of it. Never let go. I wonder, she probably didn't even step in the water. But, yeah, she's going on and on about how she, Ken said she was robbed of a childhood. She said no, shite. And then in that part of that food video where she was making that spaghetti, I don't know if it's Kristy. This woman just says an older woman. So I don't know. Could it have been her grandmother? I mean, Kristy's mother. I don't know. I don't know who it was. Could have been Kristy. I don't know. She said somebody came over and told her no pictures or something, and that they rented the pavilion for them or something like that. So I'm not sure exactly, except that it's posted on Facebook. It's public. The woman's, that's her name there. See that at Lindsay Ann. It's a public post. She has it out there on Facebook. Okay, let me see here. Yep, that's as she says. This old biatch got mad and said there's no taking pictures and all that stuff. Yep. Okay. So let's go and see if there's anything else about that. Let's see. Okay, I was just seeing if I wonder if this is something that they're filming for the show and the show's paying for this whole trip. Probably, right? Probably. Let me see here. Okay, let's look at something over here. See if, nope. All right, I was just seeing if there was any updates to either Mia's Facebook or Rod and Kristy. Well, it's really Kristy's Facebook, but I don't see it. All right, let's see. People magazine is like going wild with posting with her every day. I don't know if they have a contract with her PR agency or something, but it's ridiculous. They post about every little thing. I remember when people used to be like a reputable magazine. Hi everybody there on TikTok. Hi everybody. Hi Frilly Farmhouse over there. Hi Megan. Wow, the chat is big over there. Is there 917 people watching on TikTok? I'm so lost when I'm trying to read these analytics, but it looks crazy. Hi Jenny Gray. Hi Victoria. Hi Sharon. Hi everybody. Blanchard family reunion. Does anybody know where that is? They got a campground with a tiny beach. Okay, Sharon over here says she knows what it is. Let's see. It's beautiful. You can rent paddle boats and kayaks. Oh, Sharon, let me know where that is again. Oh, you sent a rose? Thank you. I think that's my first rose I ever got. Okay. Did you see those videos that were out of the wounds on her mom, back, the whole neck thing? Yes, I went over it. Not videos. I saw some photos. Yeah. We went over that yesterday. Yeah, there were 2 wounds right on either side of the back of the head, and then there was like a big incised wound across the back of the neck. Is that what you're talking about? Morgan City, Louisiana. Oh, that's where you're from. Hey there, Sharon. Okay. So, but the actual, is that a river? Is that a lake? What are they on? Is that a campground? What are they on? Christina Werfel, tap the screen, share the love, Frilly Farmhouse says. Hi, Aunt Jerry. Hi, Spendy Girl, Natalie. Frilly, I don't understand this. I don't really understand, but it looks like there's a lot of people watching here. It's a man-made beach, and you can rent boats. Okay. Are there alligators in there? I hate to say that. Are there alligators in there? Do people swim there? And are they renting cabins on that? That's today, I think, Natalie. There's a woman on Facebook that took that photo, and she said that she got yelled at by some older woman. Or her son, either it was her and her son. I think it was her son that took the picture. Whatever it was, they got yelled at. Allegedly, according to the Post. They're renting cabins. I wonder when they're going home. Tomorrow? Yeah, Victoria, you say she doesn't have her tick mark. I think that's because she changed her name and added the word media. She's probably forming, don't you think she's probably forming an LLC or something? She may be changing her name for an LLC. What about that? And then it just has to get verified again. You think that? She's not scared to put her pregnancy by being on that kayak yet. She was scared of her mom on vacation, but yet she has a GoFundMe page. Does she have a GoFundMe page? I'm not sure. Be careful, because sometimes there's GoFundMes that are not real. What would that be for, Trisha? I don't know if it's real. The GoFundMe, I don't think that GoFundMe is. But the social media, I believe it is real. And I think it's because she's changing the name of her, all of her accounts. Hi, Michelle Berry over here. And I think she's probably forming an LLC or something, So they probably have to get to re-verify her because she has a name change. And that way, I guess, given the stuff that's going on, she's trying to, I guess, protect any assets and things, right? You can't wait until it's over. It's over. So she went in there, so watch. Now we'll see that picture, right? And she'll be like, oh, Ken and I took a lovely ride in the kayak all down the river. But she didn't. She changed her account to creator mode. Or I don't know if her Instagram account, was it a business account? Because you have to have a business account too. So I don't know. In order to do like a lot of sponsored posts and stuff, they require your Instagram be a business account. Right, Victoria, yeah. So she can get paid. She's got to make that money, Victoria. So we figured out that she wasn't robbed of her relationship with Ken. It was there. She was behind bars. She was upset that somebody robbed it from her. They didn't want anyone to take pictures. No, they didn't want anybody to take pictures because that's their exclusive. I mean, if they want to be that private, then they should have a venue or something, rent the whole thing out by themselves, right? Or maybe she should just go buy an island somewhere, their own private island or their own private lake, and have a gated, live behind gates, and then she won't have to worry about it, right? But they could send drones in. I don't know, Gypsy. I just don't know. Really, when it says total viewers 1,049, it's hard for me to see that. Okay. Trish, they should have went to the swamp with the boats to the camp if they wanted privacy. Yeah, well, I mean, what about all those people or whoever's in those camper things behind them? I usually watch on YouTube, so good to see on TikTok. Do you? Um, Shay? Oh, okay, yeah. I'm streaming out to YouTube. I'm on YouTube too. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch. We're multi-streaming. I don't know. Kevin thought it'd be a good idea. It's hard because I feel like I'm ignoring some of that chat. I don't want to do that. But if I go to my other thing, maybe I can see it all at one time. That's probably what I should be doing. Hold on. Hey, Christine, your disdain for her is hard to hold back. Yeah, right? Um, Margot K, lots watching on YouTube, on TikTok, yeah. It looks like well over 1,000 from what I can see on my end. So, let me see here. Hi, Captain Lee Fan. Are you also on TikTok? Because I thought I saw your other name on there. Gypsy's very full of herself. Yep. So, a lot of people are saying that there's some rumors coming about, and I don't know that I believe it, okay? Because I told you about insiders and all that kind of crap. And I just don't think that Ken is going to go tell a YouTube creator that he feels trapped in his relationship with Gypsy. But I think we can kind of see that ourselves, right? So whether he said it or not, I think Ken is here. Ken is here. Why do you think Ken is in this relationship? Ken is in my opinion, Ken said it. Ken said it in that Life After Lockup. And I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember his exact words, but they went something like, he didn't realize she was going to be that popular or that big when she got out. And I think what he was thinking was, hey, Ryan's getting all this, this trip to New York City, and he's going here, and he's on the show, and he's getting the money. And I was the guy that had her first, right? So what kind of a stupid jerk am I? I should try to get a piece of this. That's what I think he's doing. Right? That's what I think, right? So he's there for the money. She, there was something she said. She talked about the pregnancy in the past tense in that video, the one where she cooked for him. Did anybody pick up on that? She said something like, when we found out we were pregnant, and then she goes, I mean, we are pregnant. Did you hear that? And then, other people are saying too that it's almost like she's resentful of the baby already, and probably that, she's not going to be able to, I think it was she wanted the baby to trap Ken, which I'm shocked that she wanted to trap Ken, because I don't think Ken is, like she says, he's the love of her life and all of this stuff. But I don't even think Gypsy is capable of that, because I think that she's a sociopath. And they don't even know what love is. They don't. Not even like for their kids or anything. That's just the way it is. So Ken's dismissed her right now. Now, why did she have to trap him? Because I just don't see her be all send all, for Ken. I think she has her eyes on a much bigger So, like, I think she thinks some celebrity is going to come out. Maybe she, in her mind, like Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be like, oh my gosh, Gypsy Rose, I saw you on The View. I just have to take you out. I don't know what, or like somebody that Kim Kardashian knows. Like, I don't think she thinks it's over with Kim Kardashian. I don't think she thinks her trips out to California and to Hollywood are over. So, what was the rush to get to Ken? Because I think she has other opportunities, unless she just couldn't think, outside of that. And Kristy maybe was pushing so hard because for some reason, Kristy wants this so badly. And it could be, I don't know. I mean, did Kristy not want her to go out, with someone else that she wouldn't have control over? Is Ken somebody that she could have control over, and that's why Ken is just something else she wants, something she decided she was going to get no matter what? Similar to the death of her mother, she wanted to go get it. She doesn't care how. Yeah, but see, now she's got this baby, and this baby is going to, she's like wanting to dress super sexy and wanting to compete with Mia, and when she starts showing, and afterwards having the baby, she's gonna, not have that. And then she's gonna have a baby to care for. And she's not going to be able to flit off wherever she wants. And she's not going to be able to go like Mia does with her boyfriend away. So I think she's going to be resentful. Okay? And so I'm wondering why, like, did she really have to have that baby to hold on to Ken? Okay? Because I don't think she's like the most maternal thing in the world. Like, that she just said, oh, I have to have a baby. She literally said quite the opposite, right? She needed to take time for herself. And then, a few mere weeks later, she's 11 weeks pregnant. She said that I think she actually said more than she needs to take time for herself. She said that, but I think she said she would not be able to do that with a baby. And yet, here she is. So, was this, I don't think it was a surprise because it was like put in that Lifetime Life After Lockup. It was so put in there. You have Rod saying, don't get pregnant. We're not going to get pregnant. Next scene, here's the pregnancy test, right? And Rod going on the YouTubers or TikTok, whatever platform, saying, Lifetime's paying for this. Lifetime's going to pay for this. So that's what I'm thinking. Was this baby used for so many things? Was it used to hold on to Ken because she wants him right now? And she doesn't think of the future very much, maybe. Did she think that this would secure another season of Lifetime? And that was really important to her, so that worked for that as well. And did she think like this baby would keep her just in this spotlight? But was she thinking that, gosh, maybe she thought he would leave her anyway or something if there was no baby? I don't know. It's so hard to try to figure out what she's thinking because I just don't see that either of them really want to be with each other. I don't think Ken does. Ken walked away from her. And I see the only reason Ken came back was money and fame. Ken does not look in my opinion, he doesn't look like he's having a great time. Everything looks forced on him. When he said, oh, Gypsy made her famous spaghetti. What famous spaghetti? How could your spaghetti be famous when it's your first time making it? It's like everything for them is so fake and so phony, right? I don't know. It's very fake and phony, all of it. It's quite fake. And quite phony. So yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can see what you guys are saying over there. You're saying, how is she says she goes to therapy, Jilly. I'm so over her and her drama. Says Cindy. She's starting to sound just like her mom. Ken does a lot of side-eye to Gypsy when she's not looking, when they're on live. Yeah, and he doesn't go on a lot of lives anymore. He didn't want to go on the live when she was by the pool. And he did the one where he taste tested her spaghetti. But that was just a very short little cameo. He's doing this little cameo right here, but that's probably either for Lifetime or some documentary or something that they're getting paid for. Don't you think so? Hi, Mel Mel. I think that's probably what's up with that. Irma, hello there. Is that Irma Jean Bojangles over here? Honeymoon phase is over. The chase was thrilling for him. Competing against Ryan, he won. He's bored. Yeah, Z, I mean, she really can't do a lot either, right? She has to ask her parole officer for everything. They can't just go, jump on a plane and go. She's not even, able to get out of Louisiana without getting the approvals and everything. So she's not even allowed to, she's not supposed to be staying more than 2 nights at Ken's house, right? I don't know. It's crazy there. But this whole thing, yeah, this woman did this picture. If you're looking at this picture, just joining us, this was a woman. This is her name over here. You can look her up. And she posted this publicly. And she had a little story that went with it, that her son and her were down here where they normally always go. And her son saw this, and she thought the woman was in a wheelchair. And she thought, oh, that's so nice. They put that woman's wheelchair in the boat. And then her son said, Mom, that's Gypsy Rose. And I think he was taking a couple pictures, and then she said, okay, let the lady live her life. And then she said an older woman came over to her and started giving her what for and telling her, we don't want you taking pictures and videos, and we rented this pavilion and yada, yada, yada. And then she got pissed off. She got pissed off. Yeah, she got pissed off, and she told them, okay, and she made a video. So, yeah, that's what happened there. And she has the picture posted on her public, it's public on her Facebook page, and I believe it's also on the TikTok. So, yeah. So I don't think, Gypsy's in a public place. Hey, you're in a public place. It's not like, it's different if they sent a drone in and they were taking pictures of Gypsy through a window, right? You'd have an expectation of privacy. If you're on a lake, if you're on a public lake, you are subject to somebody being around, right? And getting in someone's photo. You are, just the way it is. That's what I'm saying. If she was a big celebrity, why wouldn't they just rent out or go, stay on a private lake or a private property with a lake or something like that if they want to be, completely secluded. Yeah, if you're on public property, you can be filmed. Of course, you go to a theme park, there's no expectation of privacy. If you're walking around a theme park where so many people are filming their kids and themselves, you're going to be in somebody's video. You're going to be in someone's picture. And if you are a celebrity or a public figure or something like that, and someone snaps a picture of you, well, that's just how it is. That's why a lot of celebrities do, like Michael Jackson, right? Didn't he used to rent out theme parks and stuff? He built his own Neverland, yes, I know, but I believe there's times when he went to, it might have even been Disney World or Disneyland, where it was just open for them. So, and Gypsy should know that, right? She was one of 100 families that had those special tickets that were in Disney, remember? So, I mean, down there, maybe he rented out those cabins. Maybe the next thing they should do is get like if they got a property kind of like the Murdochs had, Moselle, where they had that big hunting property, and you go way back in there, there's nobody else in there. Maybe they should have done that. Now she'll say that. Now she'll be like, guys, we've got to rent out our own. We've got to be on completely private property from now on because I can't have my pictures being leaked out. Right? It's probably what she'll ask for next, that she'll have to have an entourage and stuff that shuttle her, literally. She's losing her popularity, Laura. I was saying to my husband today, because we were listening to something, and I think it was when she was saying that she was robbed of this, that, and the other thing, her relationship and this, and, why, and she doesn't identify as a murderer and all this stuff, but, I said it's something, right, where we have a murderer that has been exalted to like a celebrity status, and we have People magazine. She's not in the true crime section because they have a crime section. She's in celebrity pregnancy, celebrity families, not even reality TV. It's like she is listed as celebrity. I don't know what we're doing, right? We're doing something wrong, I think. It's kind of crazy. Because I think the mainstream media really hasn't gotten the memo that this is not a Munchausen's by proxy. They still listed that, she was poor, abused gypsy. The teenagers idolizing her, yeah. She wasn't robbed, right? She had a full childhood. I know. All those Disney trips. She had whale watching. She remember her talking about the arch to the detective in her interrogation. Remember that? That was interesting, right? She was talking all about that stuff. What about that Harry Potter stuff, right? On YouTube. Oh, I know that. That's me. All the Harry Potter stuff was crazy as well. She had a lot of things. Most kids, a lot of kids don't get to do that. A lot of kids don't get to Disney one time because it's so expensive for families, especially if you don't live in the same state and you have to pay airfare and you have 3-4 kids. That's a huge amount of money. Hi, honey, Fleur. So, when she says she was robbed of a childhood, oh my gosh, she's sitting in the Cinderella's castle eating the royal mashed potatoes. The park is closed down for all but 100 families or something. Hey, Al. And then, everything was catered to her. And, don't forget, when she was home, she was out of that wheelchair. She knew how to play the part. and it was a part she played. They'll pay money for the first baby picture, Kevin. Yeah. So, yeah, the robbed childhood, Ken, her childhood wasn't robbed, okay? She chose what she watched. Oh, because if you watch like those documentaries, she was taking those, what was it, True Blood? Was that the series she took with her? Hey, Debbie2 Scooter, that she took with her to Nick's house? And if she had wanted to watch SpongeBob, she could watch SpongeBob, but she didn't want to watch SpongeBob. She was obsessed with Disney princesses. It's so ridiculous that she's acting like because she didn't watch SpongeBob. There's some cartoons that I'm sure you didn't watch or I didn't watch because they didn't appeal to us, maybe. It's not because her childhood was robbed. She was 23 years old when she was arrested, almost 24. She talks about the Powder Puff Girls. You know, it's like me saying, oh, I didn't get to watch, I didn't watch this or that. Come on. She watched a lot of other things. Plus, she was making like a lot of really weird videos too. And she was looking up a lot of weird stuff on the internet. But her childhood was long over. She was 23 years old. And people keep acting like she was a little child when she was arrested. She wasn't. Do you guys understand? Wait a second. Yeah, this is, Mia just turned 23 at Mia's birthday is the end of June. Do you know Mia is younger than Gypsy when Gypsy was arrested? Think about that one. No, and you need to think about that. Mia is younger than Gypsy when Gypsy was arrested, about a year younger, because Gypsy was almost 24 years old and Mia just turned 23. So that's how crazy this is. And if you look at Mia and would say, like, act like she's a little child, and that she's not, right? It's crazy. And Gypsy Rose is 10 years older than Mia. Think about this one. She's 33 right now. She's 33. In 7 years, she'll be 40 years old. Okay? She's not a child, but she is so treated like a child. And people have this in their head. And I think a lot of people that aren't following the case, and that's what it is, they're still thinking that. They're still thinking that she's like been robbed or something of this. And, I wonder when she has this baby and when she's off parole, that's going to be another thing, guys. We see her, she's on parole now. She is limited to where she can go. Do you think if she wasn't on parole, she would be in Disney? That maybe Ken and her would, there's a lot of people that are like addicted to Disney, that get married there, that have their honeymoons there. You know what I mean? I wonder, she probably would love to get married at Disney. Don't you think so? And when she has this baby, well, she still won't be off parole, but maybe that'll be one of her first trips. She probably tormented Nick. Yeah, she scared him, I know. he said. You scared me. What river or lake? We're trying to figure out. No. It's not up by you. It's down in the bayou or down in Louisiana. I don't know if that's on the bayou. Where's Foxy Bot when you need her? I know that when Mia goes down there, she says, "I'm going to be down the DTB next weekend, down the bayou." But I don't know. Somebody on TikTok, Scooter, because there's like a lot of people watching on TikTok. A lot, like 1,401. It says here are watching on TikTok, and there's this really nice lady, Sharon, and she said that she knows where this is. And I'm trying to switch back and forth between the chats because I'm so grateful for everyone that's watching tonight. I think she just has her followers because people are intrigued by how this all plays out. You know, Jilly, right? There's a train wreck, right? And so unfortunately, we can't look away, right? Hi there. Hi, Mac. Hi, Jamie Lee. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Althea. Hi, Megan. Oh, it's in Morgan City, Louisiana. Thank you, Megan. Do you know the name of it? Scooter, can you look that up? Morgan City, Louisiana. Write that down. You have not heard that regarding Disney. What did Amira say? Let me see what she said. Can't find a solid yes. For some reason, I can't go back. Why can't I go back in the chat on TikTok? Just give it time. Right now, everyone is helping because of guilt obligation. Once on her own. You don't think... Well, that's scary, you know, because then she has the baby, Z, and what about that? You know, you don't want that baby to be getting the brunt of it. Oh, really? Banned for Disney? I don't know. We'll have to... Hi, Paint It Black. Paint It Black. Are there a lot of people in the chat? Because it says there's 1420 here. I don't know. Savannah, hi, thank you for following me. Thank you for your patience. So we're just trying to see what this is. Normally I just stream on YouTube, but we've been streaming out, so we're just getting into the little learning curve of it. Appreciate that. And there, Honey Fleur, thank you for becoming a Deputy Rambler. Thank you so much. Welcome. It's a sad statement on society. Yes, it is, Al, right? Sharon Howard. Gypsy mentioned where they were going. Lake. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Let me look up. You say Lake End Park. And Scooter, do you remember what that other thing was? Lake End Park. And Park. If anybody wants to call in, let me know. All you have to do is email. Call in. Okay. Lake End Park, Morgan City. Oh, that might be it. Let me see. I'll put some pictures up. We'll see. We'll do some detective work here. That's what we're here for. Okay, let's see. They have a Facebook page. Let me pull that up. Okay, I'm going to pull this over, all right? Let's see. Thank you for everyone that's been helping out with the information. This says Lake End Park Campground. So do you think it's this? Let's see where their pictures are. Yeah, reels, photos. Let's see all photos. We'd like to see some more pictures of the lake, guys. Do you think that's where they are? Well, here's somebody having a family reunion or something, right? Maybe this is where they are? That looks pretty choppy over there, doesn't it? I wonder, did they get Maybe we can look up, see? We have to go real detective mode. Maybe we can look up if these are rentals, and we can look inside and see if any of the interiors match any of those pictures that Gypsy has posted. Aha! The true crime people don't play. And we love a good mystery here to solve. Look at that. You think she's in one of these houses? Right there? Let me know. Let me know in the chats what you think. If this is, I'm going to go and see if you think this is Carolyn. I can't get on. You can't get on. You bet. Hi, Lisa. I bet Disney doesn't want her there. Okay, I'm just trying to see if anybody knows if this is the place. I'm going to go check on TikTok. Okay. Let me just see if the people on TikTok think this is the place. Is this the place, guys? Because if it is, then I'll look for the rentals. I love doing this kind of stuff. It is? You guys are saying it's right by your house? Okay, so then it's 3 minutes from here? You live 3 minutes from there? Aha. She was at the Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. Oh my gosh, that's what that lady was talking about. I'm going to look that up too. Thank you. Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. That doesn't sound like a good combination. I'm sorry. Shrimp and Petroleum. Okay. Shrimp and Petroleum Festival. Let's take a look at that. Thank you guys for your help on this. Okay, here we go. So the Louisiana Shrimp and Petroleum Festival, isn't that something? Okay, let's see what that's about. I'm going to pull this over. And then we're going to look up some of those rentals. Voted top 20 event for 2018, 2017, and 2016. September 1st. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We've got the Petro Pit, Justin Cornette Band, Snapper and the Fish Sticks, Fireworks on the River, and yeah, you right, Petroleum Heritage Music Stage. Lash Shrimp Petrofest. Okay. So is that where she went, huh? Remember they wanted her to know if she was going to try that crayfish or something, and then she's like, no, and she's like, you want me to peel it for you? Will you try it then? And she's like, okay. So there was there was a princess there. 2 hours ago. Look at that. She looks like somebody. Who is it? That woman there, right there, she looks like someone that we know. I was almost going to say Gabby Petito, but she looks like Gabby Petito, doesn't she? She resembles her. There's something in her smile or something that I see Gabby Petito in this girl. Very pretty girl. Okay, and Gypsy might have been like, that should be me. I don't know. I don't know that she would be. So that's okay. So she went to the festival. Let's see. A lot of people there. Is that today? 5 hours ago. Let's see. Do we spot Gypsy anywhere? No. People over here. Visit us every Labor Day weekend. Okay, so kids running through the water. I don't see anything of Gypsy. Although the weather is less than ideal, it says, we are still on schedule for this weekend. We will keep you updated via social media if the weather is severe enough to affect our plans. We are closely monitoring all weather. Put on your rain boots and come see us this weekend. So I guess it was very rainy down there, was it? Where's our friend that lives close to them? Really, if someone causing trouble in there. Frilly, I'll give you let me see if I can give you a wrench in case you have to take care of somebody. I don't know if I can do it in here. Let me see. Can I just, how do I do that? Do I have to do it? I don't know how. It's not like YouTube where I can just click on you. Let me see. Do you know how do I do this, Frilly? I'm on the back of the thing here. Let me see if I can find you in here. Does anybody know how I do it? Why is it just not letting me do it like you would do it in YouTube? Clicking on your picture, it doesn't let me do that. I'm clicking on your... Okay, I'll have to figure that out later. All right, so, yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to that lake. Okay, so she went to this festival. This is where she went. And... probably other people saw her there. Let's see if this is their website. And that just has that. So let's go back to that lake. Where were we? Where was our lake? What was it again? Morgan County, Louisiana. Lake End Park. Okay. And Marina. I got it. Let me see what this is like. Okay, here we go. I think this is it because if we go over here, this looks like what was behind them, right? And there's a beach area. Oh, look, cabins. Here. Bingo! Okay, so now we have to get in these cabins, though, to see if any of them have that interior like we saw. That's not bad. $150 a night. That's not bad, because how many people can stay in them? Right? How big is the cabin? She said that, didn't she say that Rod and Kristy, her and Ken, and Mia and her boyfriend were all staying in one cabin? It is cheap, right, Frilly? That's crazy. Okay, can we get inside and see them? Oh, there's the pavilion, right? She said, oh, we rented this pavilion or something. Okay, so let's see. Reserve a cabin. Absolutely no pets. So what did she do with Aurora? What is it, Grace? What is Kristy's dog that she even brings into the prison? She probably smuggled that dog in there. Absolutely no pets in the cabins or in area around cabins. No air mattresses allowed in any of the cabins. You know what that's for? They don't want people coming in there and with a whole bunch of people and just putting air mattresses. Wow. Maximum overnight capacity of the cabins is 8 guests. 20 guests maximum daytime guests. If this regulation is broken, you will be asked to leave without refund. No smoking allowed. Evidence of smoking in the cabin will result in a $200 fine. Okay. Lake End Park currently has 6 cabins for rent. All of the cabins are on the waterfront. Wow, that really is cheap, isn't it? $150 a night for a cabin that sleeps 8 on the water? Oh boy. Each cabin has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. TV in bedrooms and the living room. So I wonder if it has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, don't you think, oh, well, Ken and Gypsy have to have their own room, and Ken and Rod and you and Mia, you and your boyfriend can sleep on the couch or something. Probably they got relegated, don't you think so? But we have to see what they look like. All cabins have a full-size sofa sleeper in the living room and a queen size in the master bedroom. The guest bedroom. Cabin 1 has 2 sets of bunk beds. Cabin 2 has bunk beds with a bottom full size and a top twin size. Cabins 3, 4, 5, and 6 have full size bed and bunk beds. Well, where can we see the inside of these cabins? Oh, we can. Okay, hold on. This doesn't look like the picture where she took that thing, so that somebody said that might either be, maybe they stopped in at Rod and Kristy's and that was their room at the house, because these are the cabins. So what do you think? If there's bunk beds, she's not going to be sleeping in a bunk bed with Ken. She'll probably have to get this one. Huh. Okay, well, there's only 1, 2. She said her dad rented 3 cabins, right? You want to go? Yeah, we should go, Philly. We should go. We could scope it out. That's really cheap, isn't it? 8, well, 2, 4, 6. They said maximum 8. You know, it doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess with the bunk beds. Because they said no air mattresses. They said there's a sleeper sofa. Then they said maximum 8 people. Are there 8 places to sleep? But even with 6 people, that is tremendously cheap, right? I think so. I think it's extremely cheap. Am I reading that right? Am I? Road trip, Margot? Am I reading that right? Price is great, Kevin says. Honey Floor says, road trip, we're all getting a cabin. That's crazy. Okay, so, well, we know where Gypsy is. She's over there. Let's see what else. Minimum 2 night of rental. Okay, no problem. $2 to $100 security deposit. I wonder what the availability on this is. Do they have a calendar where you can check the availability? Rates. Reserve a cabin. You must cancel 14 days prior to reservation. Failure to cancel will result in the forfeit of a first night deposit. The security deposit will be refunded. If you do cancel in a timely manner, there will be a $10 cancellation fee. The remainder amount of the deposit will be refunded. That's not bad. They only charge you $10 if you cancel. Okay, and the cabins have a stove, a refrigerator, a dishwasher, microwave, coffee pot, toaster, cable, Wi-Fi. She was worried, didn't she say about the Wi-Fi? It says they have Wi-Fi. She said, hi, it's Bink. Read the comments? What do you mean? What do you mean the comments? Where? Silverware, dishware, pots and pans. Oh, these comments? Do you have any comments? Let's see. My wife and I really enjoyed our stay there. We reserved October 20th through the 24th. Our view was along the water, which was a magnificent view. We traveled there from Cecilia, is that Arnoldville area, which is approximately 2 hours just east of Lafayette. We live less than 4 miles from the Cajun Palms Resort and just needed to get away from the norm. A friend recommended Lake End Park, and he was spot on. Upon our arrival and setup, we immediately took a tour and discovered this place to be a diamond in the rough. The park is beautifully situated along the water with a full hookup for our 30 amp rig. We found the park to be clean and well maintained, no issues. However, camping along the water has its disadvantages. I nearly forgot that I was on the bayou because the mosquitoes were extremely horrible and prevented us from enjoying the night on the water. Also, you'll need to anchor your awning or retract it. Love this place. Okay, what am I looking at? We love camping here. Very misleading. Oh, let's read this. This says, okay, Lynn's not happy, it looks like. She said very misleading. Yes, beautiful surroundings to observe wildlife, the birds, the ducks, the raccoons, the alligators. Oh, don't tell Sharon. Love it. But the cabins are dirty. Bugs are caked on the walls, outside and inside. Mosquitoes are extremely horrible. Couldn't sit downstairs at all. Upstairs was okay with a breeze. Inside, no closets. Bare, minimum, and cheaply furnished. Pots, pans, broken spoons, broken. For the $150, go to Pensacola and get a beach condo. You can get a beach condo in Pensacola for $150, she's saying. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if it's camping. Like, I don't know. I've never been camping in Louisiana, but if there's bugs, right? So then you got to go, okay, then no camping. But just Gypsy's not going to like those bugs. I'm with a no thank you. Okay. So let's see what you want to read some more comments. I noticed that the latest comments they have on here are from 2022. Do you see that? What happened to 2023, 2024? Hey, Honey Floor, did anyone else see the video clip where Gypsy says, yeah, I miss my mom sometimes? Is that the one that she made on Mother's Day? What about the one where she said every year on the murder day or something, she puts on her mother's favorite song and bawls her eyes out? Okay. All right, so let's, no, Elle's grossed out. We can't go here because Elle's grossed out. Let's see what else though let's go look at the gallery. Okay, let's look at this, guys. Let's just look at the gallery, see what it's like. So I wonder, this is weird. There's sort of houseboats there or something, but you know what? It looks weird because it looks like it's too shallow. But is it, oh, look at this is the little beach area. This is probably where they put her little kayak in there. Now, do they have the kayaks right there? Oh, look, there's the Spanish moss coming down. That's pretty, right? That's pretty. It looks a little congested right there. Okay, let's see here. Marguerite Street, Lake End Park. You know, we could have, if it didn't have the bugs, we could have gone down here, Kevin. Could have called it a work trip. Write that off. And went down here, you know, for some actual, you know, true crime content here. Okay. So this is must be where the beach area is. Okay. All right, that's where she is then. Ducks. But somebody said alligators. So I can see alligators coming out of here. And Kristy has that little dog, you know. Remember that place in South Carolina where that was coming and the alligators were getting all the dogs? What do you think Kristy did with her dog? I think Kristy took her dog there and said nobody's gonna come after me. You'd take bugs over bunking with Gyp though? Gypsy said they were renting 3 cabins in a row. Yeah, so I guess they can. I mean, they're only $150 a night. That's $50 a couple for the 3 that are staying in there, right? But I just wonder how Gypsy is with the bugs. And she's got to be careful. She can't use a lot of like really strong bug repellents. I hope she's not using anything with like DEET or something. She's got to be careful. All right, let me see here. All right, so what do we want to look? So now we know, now we have to figure, does anybody know now where that picture is? So that's not at the Airbnb or the cabin. That's got to be either, and I don't think it's definitely not Ken's apartment. It doesn't look like where she was folding the clothes and hanging the clothes up. So is that Rod and Kristy's room? And maybe they stopped there and maybe Rod and Kristy were, had their suitcases on the bed and they were packing? Probably, right? Because no, like, Airbnb would have those pictures on the, well. Oh, and Parker, oh, how right you are, Christine. How right you are. Well, Parker, maybe he knows somebody that would watch Parker. Ken maybe knows somebody that would watch Parker, but I don't think Kristy goes anywhere without her little Aurora, right? Based on the floors, Kristy's and Rod's place, just your opinion? Okay. That's interesting. So imagine if somebody reported Kristy because she had that dog in the cabin, because it says absolutely no pets in the cabin. She's probably like, my dog's not a pet, it's a family member. I don't know. Okay, let me see here. I'm going back over here. You love Louisiana. You used to go to take photos when you were a photographer for Walmart. Really, Frilly? It's beautiful. The Spanish moss is beautiful. South Carolina too. Yeah, it's gorgeous. The mosquitoes, the state bird, Barbie. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. That's interesting. Okay, so anything else we want to find out about this location? Do you think they've gone home? Anywhere there is water, there are gators, Barbie? I wonder if, let me look. What did I, this is Lake, what did, my memory's going, Lakes, what did we say this was? Lake End Park. I'm going to look for alligators. Hold on. Give me a second. This is fun. Alligators. Lake End Park. Okay. TripAdvisor. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. So it says, let me pull this over so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Alligators review. This is but this is from 2017. Why are there not any newer reviews? Okay, it says, I live near here. I go to Lake End Park several times a week to take advantage of the beautiful walking trail. If you bring some food, we bring Cheerios, the squirrels will follow you. Some will eat right out of your hand. That sounds nice. My biggest complaint is that there's no signs warning people of the alligators. Yes, this is South Louisiana. Alligators are expected, but these frequent the swimming and the beach area. Yikes! That wouldn't be good. I see small children in the water right where I watched the nuisance alligator trapper pull out multiple alligators just hours before. One day, within 2 hours, I watched him capture 6. Oh boy, Sharon better not be, she's never going here. 2 more broke the line, and got away. He had to leave to get more gear to catch more. There are people from all over the country who come here. A lot of people may not realize that there are actual alligators in the swimming area. The swim at your own risk signs do not alert people to the alligators. A few summers ago, a girl got bitten by one. It was not as bad as it could have been, because most likely she walked up on it and it wasn't hunting. This is a huge accident waiting to happen. I think people need to know the alligators are there so they can make their own decision whether or not to risk their child being that accident. My goodness, they should definitely have alligator signs out there, shouldn't they? Let's see what else. But I'm wondering, how come the reviews for this place stop on the website and here at 2022? Does anybody know? Let's see. Large park with lake access, a small beach, fairly large level screened room, not reservable, so you risk having other people and kids in and out if you're having a get-together. See, this lady says not reservable, but that other woman that said that lady came up to her, they said they reserved it. You sent me a heart? Mish, thank you. I don't know why I can't see. I'm only seeing on the back end. I don't see the live view. But thank you. I wish I could see it. All right. Cajun Earl, nice camping area, clean and friendly folks. It's a beautiful park. Okay, it was beautiful as we remembered. Really enjoyed our stay here. Live oak and cypress trees with moss, lovely. Oh, they have the live oaks too. Yeah, those are the live oaks. Live oaks are beautiful. They are. They're gorgeous. But this one says never again. We made reservations almost 2 months in advance. Our luck, it's going to be 100% rain with storms and flash flooding. We tried to call the day before and reschedule, not cancel, and we're told no, just told no, but in a very rude way. So fine, we go anyway. During check-in, it's the same person from the phone call. I recognize her voice. I tell her I'm good. I tell her I'm a good Sam's member. I checked the box online when I made my reservation, and she claimed I didn't. Horrible and terrible customer service. I will never camp here again. Okay, this lady says, okay, let's hear what she said. We have visited Lake End quite a few times over the past year. We have purchased a boat and like to cruise Lake Pelord. The lake is absolutely gorgeous. There is always wildlife visible: eagles, ospreys, alligators, turtles, herons, egrets. The cypress trees are full of moss hanging over the lake, and if you can catch a sunset, then you're in for a real treat. On the downside, there are not that many places to stop around the lake when we're on the boat. The ones that are there are good, but another restaurant would be great. Okay, so they have restaurants right around the lake where they can just pull right up, just to have some variety. Also, when we get back to the dock, there is almost always a wait for the boats to get in and to get out of the water. One more ramp would probably ease that problem quite a bit. We also stayed in the cabins. I get it, they're cabins at a state park. But seriously, we had to sweep the pile of bugs away from the doorway. When I mentioned to the ladies at the desk that although the inside of the camp was great, the outside was really filthy, they shrugged and said, "Yeah, we know. But they're only paid to clean the inside." Don't expect much, but it's a good place for a gathering if you're planning on being at the lake. Okay, and these people camped in a camper. So I wonder, do the Blanchards go there? Have they been there many times before or something? Maybe. Uh-oh, alligators. Oh, that's that lady. Very beautiful, beautiful place. Beautiful lake views, stately live oaks. We stayed 3 weeks. Wow. And we're very pleased. Our first weekend was right before Mardi Gras. And yes, the park was full, and there were a lot of children. However, after the holiday, things got much quieter. There are 2 main parts. The main section has lovely old oak trees with elegant Spanish moss. The levee section is more open, but with our 5th wheel backed up to the lake, the view is great. In fact, we had the opportunity to move from the lake view area to the tree-filled area, but decided to stay by the lake because we enjoyed watching the coots and ducks and feeling like we were on a ship. The staff was very friendly. The laundry room has 4 washers, front loaders, and 4 dryers. We saw black squirrels, lots in the trees, raccoons, only one at night, nutria early in the morning when walking the dogs, and my husband swears he saw a small alligator swimming. Okay, so there we go. That's where they are. We wonder, how do you think Gypsy is going to be with those cabins? I mean, she's coming from prison. I think she's probably been in a lot worse, right? It must be a palace compared to prison. So I don't think she's going to be, like, freaked out. Do you? I don't think so. It's the area with the bugs. You have no patience for her, Elle. But what do you think about... I think she's going to be like, okay. What else? Do we want to look up anything else? Where is Gypsy? I feel like doing some detective work. I hope that Bree went with them. Let me ask you something about that Bree. Is that somebody, that's not someone she was in prison with. That's someone she just met via the internet, Christine? That's my understanding of it. Is that correct? Because there are some people that are on TikTok and stuff that were in prison with her at one time, correct? Like, well, Amanda Bird is the woman that's in prison, right? And that she was supposed to be advocating for, and her girlfriend is on social media. But then there's other people that were in with her. But I don't think Bree was ever in prison with her. I think she just met her afterwards, right? They left Kristy's dog and Parker with someone when they all went to Jazz Fest. Oh, okay. Can you imagine staying in this place for 3 weeks? Well, I'd be scared to bring kids there with the alligators, like little kids on the beach area. That's scary. That's how they got together. Oh, okay. Wasn't that the beginning of was that the beginning of April? Okay. All right. So let's see what else is going on here. And I don't know, 3 people gifted me something on TikTok. Thank you so much. I I appreciate that very much. I've never been gifted on TikTok before. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Now, it looks like it's saying that we have 1,500 people on here. I don't know because I can only see the back side of this. And it says, Mish, you're my top viewer. Okay. Not sure. I'm trying to get to the learning curve of this. I'm not exactly certain on that. That's how they got together. Sharon H. in chat says a girl does have a GoFundMe up for baby stuff. But that may be fake. That may be someone trying to get money. You do know what I mean? There's a lot of fakers that it's really sad. It happens with anything. It happens with like any tragedy. You will have a lot of fake GoFundMe's go up that are not even anyone connected to, let's say, whoever, is in an accident or who passed away or something like that. It's really sad, but people use that to kind of get, and all right, let's see. Oh, that's YouTube. That's YouTube, L, but on TikTok, I'm talking TikToky. We're streaming on TikTok, I believe Twitch, Facebook. I think we're on Facebook too, and YouTube. Oh, Bree stalked her, Christine? Haha. So Bree stalked her, and then I guess after she broke up with that other friend with the K, she then went over to Bree, and I guess just knowing Gypsy, that's only a matter of time before that's over, right? It's like, I don't know, just if she keeps going the way she's going. Yes, Al. So, interesting. Okay, what else can we look up? Do you think they're home? Does anybody know if they, I'm lost. Today is Sunday, right? Tomorrow's Monday. Do you think they're staying throughout Monday and they'll leave Monday? Because I guess if she goes away, she can be with Ken. Though, I wonder if too much togetherness could cause problems, right? Could make either Ken grow tired and cranky and want to get away, or, I don't know. Does he work, Ken? She says he works. When somebody asked what he does, she said he's a bartender. How far does Ryan live from all of them? I believe isn't it 3 hours? He lives in Lake Charles. Ryan lives in Lake Charles. I know it's some distance. Happy Labor Day tomorrow. Hope you're doing something fun. Yeah, I think I will. Today we had to go out and we had to go school shopping and stuff, but that's done. And tomorrow I just want to sit out and enjoy the lake. Yeah. Hope you're doing something fun. And maybe I'll ride my bike, kayak a little bit, and soak up those. I'm not even going to say the last days of summer. I'm not saying it. I'm going to live in my alternate reality that it's not Labor Day weekend. So, does anybody know when they're going home? That one woman that lives, like, she said, like 3 minutes from this place. You know, I'm surprised, okay, that, well, I'm surprised that more people aren't like out there snapping photos of her, you know, or trying to like get a video or something, maybe where her and Ken or, and you know, like, and sell it to some tabloid or People magazine or something. I'm just surprised, because given how people are, and given how there's a lot of people that are upset, you know, that she unalived her mother, and yet nobody's going to bring me down. I'm living my best life. And not identifying as a murderer. I don't know. I'm surprised, right? Because they do that. I mean, if she's truly a celebrity, I mean, then it happens, right? They snap, oh, look at this one without makeup on. Look at this one taking a jog. Look at this one. It's what happens. According to Bree, she went up to her at the Jazz Fest. Oh. So she actually lives close to her and said she could use a friend. You can take it for 3 minutes. That voice. Yeah. I just think she's so phony, and I don't think she's capable. Like, your mother, think about your mother. You know, she unalived her mother. If she'd do that to her mother, you think anybody is safe? Seriously. And that's what I mean about, like, sociopaths, psychopaths. They don't have that love. They don't have that. There's something missing. Something's deeply flawed. And they don't have remorse. They don't have a conscience. I read a whole book, you know, on this recently, and we talked about snakes in suits. And it's scary. And at the end of the book, the author is saying something about, would you ever want to be, it was something, or a psychopath or a sociopath, and he said, just imagine, you know, who do you love in your life? Like, who is the ultimate person or people that you love? And if you have children, you might be picturing your children's faces, he said. And just imagine looking at your children and feeling nothing. And he said that is what a oopsie, what happened here? That's what they feel. They're not capable of that love. And who would ever want to live their life like that? You know? So yeah, scary, scary, scary. But this is where she is. What is that? That's where she was, wasn't it? Right in that area. It didn't look like that's where she was. Maybe it was right in this area. Okay, that's scary. If there are alligators in there, that's scary. Let me just see if there's ever been like a bad alligator attack in Lake End Park. Okay, here we go. 8 years ago. Oh, this is what that woman said. Listen. "8 years ago." It says, Morgan City police say an alligator was killed after biting an 11-year-old girl at Lake End Park Campground. So let me go back to something else. Let's see. Someone asked a question, is it safe to swim in a lake with gators? It says they are often unpredictable, so the best way to avoid conflict is to keep away from the waters where they live. Avoid swimming at these alligator and crocodile. Okay, what is the most alligator infested lake in Louisiana? And they say it's Caddo Lake. Is massive, 26,810 acres, and it's also arguably the most alligator-infested lake in Louisiana. We're talking big alligators, too. This may be what FoxyBot is talking about. Some weighing up to 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds. Okay, let's see. Is it safe to kayak with alligators? Kayaking with alligators can be a safe and thrilling experience if you take the necessary precautions and respect these incredible creatures. How many people have been killed by alligators in Louisiana? Okay, you want to hear this, guys? Number of alligator bites. Florida, doesn't tell us the year. What is this year from? 351, and fatalities, 17. In Georgia, 9 alligator bites and 1 alligator fatality. South Carolina, 9 alligator bites, 0 fatalities. Louisiana has the smallest number of bites, 2 and 0 fatalities. I'm trying to see I wonder what year this is from. A gator bit a 9-year-old boy just this past July in Lake Pontchartrain, Louisiana. He had a laceration and a puncture wound in his left leg. He was swimming with his family. And then it says in New Orleans, their families brave Lincoln Beach after alligator attack warnings. A Largo Lake, that's Florida. Okay, so apparently that's the only problem was the 11-year-old girl that got bit over there. I'm not seeing anything. Where thankfully nobody's been hurt there. All right, so let's look at Lake End Park. Blanchard reunion. I wonder who went to this reunion, right? Blanchard reunion. Okay, so let me just see if that woman posted anything else, because people were okay. Now somebody asked me something about the autopsy. So it says there were 17 stab wounds. We went over that. The upper and middle back had 13 stab wounds. The left side of the upper back, the center of the upper back, the center of the upper back, center of the upper back, center of the middle back, the 8th, right side of the upper back, 9, right side of the upper back, 10, right side of the upper back, 11th was the right side of the upper back, 12, right side of the upper back, 13, far side of the upper back, and then right axillary line, and then the right supraclavicular area. Then it says, in association with 6 stab wounds that penetrated into the chest, the wounds 3, 5, 6, 7, 12, and 14, there were 250 milliliters of blood and clots in the right chest cavity. There were 500 milliliters of blood and clots in the left chest cavity, and there was 100 milliliters of blood and clots in the pericardial cavity, in association with the 2 stab wounds that continued through the diaphragm and into the liver. The wounds 5 and 14, there was a trace amount of blood about the liver in the peritoneal cavity. Now the neck, somebody asked about this, right? 2 stab wounds, back of the neck at the base of the skull, oriented transversely, 3/8 of an inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 6 inches below the top of the head, 3/4 of an inch to the right of the posterior midline of the body, a sharp left medial end and a sharp lateral end. The wound direction back to front, and the track of the wound is 2 inches deep, passing through the skin, fat, and muscle. That's the right side of the back of the neck at the base of the skull, oriented transversely, a 1.5 inch on the skin surface. Center of the wound is 6 inches below the top of the head and 2 3/4 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the body. Sharp left medial end at a sharp lateral end. Wound direction is downward. The track of the wound is 3¼ inches deep, passing through skin, fat, and muscle. There were multiple incised wounds on the neck, and there was 1 incised wound on the left hand. Transversely across the back of the neck, at 7 inches below the top of the head, the wound, 7⅛ inch in length, penetrates up to 3 inches into the soft tissues of the neck. to end in the space between the spinous processes of cervical vertebrae 6 and 7. Transversely on the left side of the back of the neck, at 6 inches below the top of the head, there is a 1/4 inch in length superficial, a scratch. Obliquely on the right side of the neck, inferior to the lower jaw on the skin surface, there's a wound 4 1/4 inches. The center of the wound is 6 1/2 inches below the top of the head, 4 1/2 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the neck. The anterior end of the wound is forked, indicating that the 4 1/4 inch wound had been produced by at least 2 cutting motions. The wound penetrates 3 1/4 inches into the soft tissues of the neck to end at the right side of the cervical spine. Transversely on the right side of the neck, there are multiple long parallel superficial cuts. The center of the cluster of cuts is 7 3/4 inches below the top of the head and is 4 3/4 inches to the right of the posterior midline of the neck. On the left hand, there's a superficial cut, 3/8 of an inch in length. The cut is on the radial side of the dorsal aspect of the 4th finger. Let me see here. There was a post-mortem puncture wound in the upper right quadrant of the abdomen. Post-mortem. That's interesting. The body was cool and in the early stages of decomposition, characterized by the passing of rigor mortis, drying of the fingertips, darkening of the skin of the face, and skin slippage on the face and the upper chest. Fixed lividity was present anteriorly. The scalp hair was light brown and was short. The earlobes were cosmetically pierced. There were bloody fluids on the face, in the nose, and in the mouth. The ears and nose were otherwise unremarkable. So everybody that's asking about a broken nose, her nose was not broken. The eyes had white sclera and injected conjunctivae. Cloudy corneas obstructed the irises. The neck was obese and had no discernible masses. The thorax was symmetrical. There was a post-mortem puncture wound in the right upper quadrant of the abdomen. Well, that's strange, isn't it? There was a post-mortem puncture wound in the right upper quadrant of the abdomen. That's strange. Does that mean they went in there afterwards and turned her over? That's weird. I'll have to look into that. Let's see. There was a cholecystectomy scar 6 inches in length along the right lower costal margin. There was a transverse 5-inch scar across the lower abdomen. The abdomen was obese. The external genitalia were those of a normal adult female. There was a tattoo on the left side of the back, and there were tattoos on the lateral sides of the lower parts of the legs. There was a 6 1/2 inch longitudinal scar on the back of the lower part of the left leg. The extremities and back had no significant deformities or other abnormalities, and there was nail polish on the fingernails and the toenails. The autopsy was performed utilizing a Y-shaped, thoraco-abdominal incision, and a posterior corneal scalp incision. All of the viscera were cool, except for the apparently remote surgical absence of the appendix, the gallbladder, the uterus, the ovaries, fallopian tubes. All of the viscera were in their normal anatomical positions, except for the above previously described injuries. The internal systems were as follows. The head says no abnormality was noted in the reflected scalp, calvarium, dura, meninges of the base of the skull. There was no epidural, subdural, or subarachnoid hemorrhages. The brain weighed 1275 grams. It was symmetrical and had no cortical lesions. There was no uncal grooving or cerebellar tonsillar herniation. The cerebral vascular system was unremarkable. Serial transverse sections of the cerebral hemispheres, brainstem, and cerebellum were symmetrical, and they revealed no pre-existing lesions. Her neck, there were no other hemorrhages or other abnormalities of the cervical vertebral column or of the soft tissue of the neck, the larynx, or the trachea. The laryngeal cartilages and the hyoid bone were intact. Okay, cardiovascular system. Her heart weighed 405 grams. It was enlarged. The normal weight for a 5'2" adult female ranges from 161 grams to 382 grams, with an average of 248. The heart had an otherwise unremarkable epicardial surface with a moderate amount of epicardial fat. The coronary arteries had no evidence of arteriosclerosis disease. No thrombi was present in the coronary arteries. The left ventricle posterior wall thickness was 1.3 centimeters. The interventricular septal thickness was 1.3 centimeters, and the right ventricular wall thickness was 0.3 centimeters. The cardiac valves were unremarkable and had the following circumference: tricuspid 14.0 centimeters, pulmonary 7.2 centimeters, mitral 9.5 centimeters, aortic 6.1 centimeters. The four-chamber heart was unremarkable. There was no ventricular septal defects. There was no mural thrombi with the heart chambers. There was no abnormalities of the papillary muscles or chordae tendineae. The myocardium was dark red. Hang on. Dark red-brown without evidence of scarring. There was no thrombi within the pulmonary artery. The lining of the aorta had no evidence or arteriosclerosis, and the major arteries and great veins had normal distributions. Her respiratory system, the larynx and trachea, were unremarkable. The right and left lungs weighed 235 and 185 grams respectively, and they were partially collapsed due to the hemothoracis. The lung parenchyma had mild anthracosis and was nearly bloodless. The pulmonary arteries, bronchi, and the major branches were unremarkable. There was no distal pulmonary emboli. There was no cystic lesions, nodules, or distinct consolidations. Her liver was excessively firm due to hepatic fibrosis, and she had a parenchyma that was yellow, tan, greasy from fatty change. The gallbladder was surgically absent. The remainder of the biliary tract was unremarkable. Hemolymphatics. The spleen was smooth. Capsular surfaces. The dark purple splenic pulp was soft and oozing and obscured the usual follicular and trabecular markings. There was no significant lymphodenopathy. The rib bone marrow was red with an unremarkable trabecular pattern. Okay, except for visceral pallor due to blood loss, the esophagus, stomach, small bowel, and colon were unremarkable. The appendix was not present. The stomach had 300 grams of contents consisting of food. No pills were seen among the stomach contents. The pancreas had pallor and a firm tan lobulated parenchyma. The endocrine system, the thyroid gland had a normal bilobate configuration. The adrenal glands were each unremarkable, with golden yellow cortices and brown medullas. The pituitary gland was unremarkable. The right and left kidneys weighed 120 grams and 125 grams respectively. Each kidney had smooth cortical surfaces, had a pale parenchyma due to blood loss, and had otherwise normal corticomedullary regions and papillae. There was no changes in the calyceal systems, ureters or bladder. The uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries were surgically absent. The muscular skeletal system, except for the above noted injuries, all the muscles and the axial skeleton were free of any significant abnormalities. Samples of vitreous fluid and pericardial cavity blood and liver were submitted to the St. Louis University Forensic Toxicology Laboratory for toxicology screens and analysis. Toxicology screening of the blood was negative for drugs of abuse, and no alcohols were detected in the blood. It is my opinion that Claudine Blanchard, a 48-year-old white female, died of injuries of the neck, back, chest, and abdomen due to multiple 17 stab wounds and multiple incised wounds. Signed, Jeff Harkey, MD, September 22nd, 2016. So that stab wound on the abdomen, it looks like it's on the side, so they wouldn't. But did someone go in after? What do you guys think about that? That post-mortem wound. What do you think about that? Do you think that she went in there and did that to make sure she was? What do you think? Let me see what you guys are saying. That's weird. I just jumped in and started listening. Yes, it is, Vicky. Ladybug, I'm seeing it says 1509. I don't on my end here. Okay. Does anybody? What about that post-mortem? Hi, Puddin'. What do you guys think about that? She is mortem wound. Anyone? See, I can show you here. I'll show you real quick what because this is like, I don't know what this is. This is like the back side of TikTok. This is what I'm seeing. See? 15, 13, and I'm seeing like, I just got me send some fire over here, but I don't see that thing like the fire goes up or anything on your picture or something. I don't know. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing it like that. Anyway, where's our thing now? Okay. Anybody? What is this?
How?
Hold on, I don't know why I'm in the wrong thing now. Now I can't find my TikTok. Where's my TikTok go? Hold on, I gotta find my TikTok now. Now I lost my whole thing that I just put back there. Where did it go? Thought that was it. That's not. Oh, here's mine. Okay. There we go. Hi, Shay Mac, Paula Cosby, Just Katie. You tried to show me lanterns. Oh, lanterns. Oh, thank you. All right. What are diamonds? Because it says 2,431 diamonds. I'm not sure. I have to. It says. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, right? Oh, I think I have the live studio somewhere. Let me see if I can pull that up. That might be what I should be looking at. Let's see. But can you guys talk to me about that post-mortem wound? Anybody? What do you think that might be? You need some tapping. I don't know what tapping buddies are. Hi, Missy Littlejohn. Tanya. Okay, so let me go over to YouTube for a second. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the membership, Snow Remover. Leland Squirrels, you were gifted a membership by Snow Remover. Congratulations. J.A. was gifted a membership by Snow Remover. Meredith 389 gifted a membership. K.O. O'Shea gifted a membership. And Joanne Smith, congratulations. You're all gifted a membership from Snow Remover. Thank you. So, yeah. Anybody else want to know about that? Post-mortem wound was probably either Nick or Gypsy checking to see if she was still alive. Yeah, right? Interesting. And did anybody say anything like that? Did Nick say anything about going back in and doing that? I don't think so, right? So that's interesting. I don't know why, but I just have a weird feeling that Gypsy went in and did that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. She scares me. She really does. It really scares me. Sharon Howard says apparently the cancer occurred a long time ago, so she must have been relatively young. I wonder who cared for Gypsy through all of that. Maybe it was before they moved away. Elle says, me too, Carolyn. Okay, yeah. That's crazy. Okay. So all right, let's see. Or she was dead when he stabbed her in the side. But why would they? You know what, Kevin? I don't think. Listen, just one wound is going to say post-mortem. And I believe that's the only one. That's weird. Wasn't there a Barney doll placed? I think it was, yeah, they asked about that Barney doll. But how do we know that Barney doll wasn't in Dee Dee's room? Like, I don't know. But maybe. I don't know. Gypsy really does scare me because I feel like she doesn't have, if you're a sociopath and say you don't have the ability to love or care about someone, and you would have no remorse. I mean, just imagine that, like, how she speaks, like what was done to her mother and how she speaks about her mother, like even on Mother's Day. Like, she says terrible things about her and, like, really has no qualms about it. Just like she said, when you're I want to be the mother I wish I had, or something, And it's like, I think Dee Dee was guilty of fraud and things like that, but she did it to give Gypsy this life, this, like, life of a little princess. And all of this other crap that's coming out, and the Munchausens and all that is a bunch of crap. Didn't happen. That's from everything I've seen, it didn't happen. And it was something that was fabricated as a defense for her. Okay? She didn't mention it during the interrogation. She said, if anything, her mother was overprotective of her. She didn't say her mother was abusive of her. And all of this stuff started to happen when she got backed into a corner, because she thought she was going to get off. When she first said, my mother's my best friend, I would never do that, she thought, oh, this guy is going to get this whole rap on him, and I'm going to walk off scot-free. Right? Let's see. As far as the soft toy being there, it could have been put there by Gypsy before Dee Dee went to bed, as they had been fighting. Right, and that, yes, and their time prior to this was so contentious. If she's telling you it was bad for like 2 days, it was probably horrendous. I saw another clip of her prison interview, and she said, this is the first time in my life I'm being honest. Well, like with my lawyer, I haven't even been honest with my lawyers, right? So she hasn't even been honest with her lawyers. Maybe Dee Dee got tired of the scam because she knew she was going to die and she had no more strength, and Killer Gypsy wanted to continue with it, with all the free trips and gifts. Yeah, Maya, we just don't know, right? Squirrels, what happened? You were abused for real by both parents, and oh, I'm sorry, Squirrels. That's not nice. And when people do anything like that, when they lie about abuse or like whatever it is, they make it so much harder for people that actually have gone through that kind of stuff, because especially when people scam and do that, because then everybody becomes jaded, and then people that have a valid issue or something, they're treated differently because so many people are jaded, And you've never been on a roller coaster. Do you want to go on one? But we get overlooked. Yeah, it's a shame, but that's what happens. And just like, look, I mean, how do you want to go on a roller coaster? You really do, absolutely. You're not scared. A lot of people get scared to go on them. Hi, Love Shack Sarah. All I know is with all those conditions Dee Dee had, she was very weakened and in pain daily, the poor woman. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because didn't she also have gout? I think she suffered from gout too, didn't she? Am I remembering that correctly? Who watched Jip Jip when Dee Dee was in the hospital? Yeah, that's interesting. When did Dee Dee, does anybody know when Dee Dee had that hysterectomy? I wonder when she had that. She could have still been living in Louisiana then and had family around maybe. I don't know. You don't understand why Dee Dee didn't have opiates in her system. Why didn't Jip Jip run off when Dee Dee had those surgeries and recoveries? Hernia recovery is no joke. Do we know when she had those surgeries, Love Shack Sarah? Sharon Howard says, forensics don't miss stuff like that. If there was any doubt, it would have been resolved. A lot of people want Gypsy to have been involved, but investigators would have worked that out if she had been. What do you mean by involved, Sharon? You mean wielding the knife? Because she's definitely involved in the planning and everything. Your brothers got to go to Cedar Point, but I didn't because the parents that never got me anything found out I stole a doll for a neighbor, and they said if I was good all year, I could go next time. We all left comments about the post. Oh, you did? Okay. I'm sorry, Sharon. I'll have to get to that. So you don't think that she had anything to do with that part of it? But, okay. Investigators had to stop the investigation as soon as the deal was made with her. Yeah, I know that they were upset about that. Yeah. Yeah, she did have a deal made with her. I mean, how would they absolutely know if it was her? Like, her prints would have been on that knife anyway. I mean, I don't know. I could see her doing that. I don't know. I just can see her doing it in my mind. Next time rolled around and the church said they weren't paying all that money just for 7 kids, and they never made an effort to take me somewhere else. Sorry about that, Leland. I didn't realize Dee Dee's head was still above the mystery machine. Oh yeah, and the kidney stones. Good night, Elle. She stole 2 knives from Walmart, both identical. One was never found. One was mailed to Nick. One was never found. Yeah, probably, maybe she mailed it somewhere else. Or maybe she threw it somewhere. I don't know. Interesting. That's interesting. So, okay, what else? So we found out where she went on, where she's staying. Check the sewers by the house. The one not found could have been one Gypsy could have used. Yeah, could be. Could be, Honey Fleur. Could definitely be. She wouldn't have wanted to send that one on, right? She'd want that one never to be found. But so what did we learn on the show tonight? We learned that Gypsy is at that State Lake campground. The cabins are super cheap there, $150, 2-night minimums, 8 people in a cabin. We found out there's a lot of mosquitoes, though. We found out that she really didn't go for a kayak ride. It was a photo op, probably for her Instagram when she gets back, and she'll make up a big tale about this great kayak ride that her and Ken took that was so unbelievably romantic, because we're not going to know that her dad was holding the back of the kayak. What else did we, hey, Kristy love, she mailed the one knife because she wanted Nick to get caught, Kristy. She wanted Nick to get caught. She thought he was going to get fingered for this whole thing, and she was going to get off scot-free, and it just didn't work out like that. She almost got off scot-free, 8.5 years. Maya says, a very dangerous murderer is walking freely among us. It's very scary. Yeah, and the world is treating her as an influencer, celebrity, letting her influence children with a claim to fame of what? Unaliving her mother? You know? They haven't gotten the memo yet that it's not a Munchausen syndrome. Oh, it's just, if she stabbed Dee Dee, she wouldn't have gotten the plea. I think she literally took her last breath while Nick was still stabbing her and he hadn't realized. I don't know, because if it's not like a bat, like a, what if they just thought like they weren't going to think about who could have done that last one to see if she is still really dead or something. I believe she intended on taking the 4K and taking off forever to be gone, and Nick would have gone down for both crimes. Interesting theory. So you think she was going to get out of that and she was going to run away? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, Kristy love. How you doing? That's why we need to keep making these videos to spread real awareness. Yeah, it's really quite crazy that like People Magazine and everything hasn't gotten the memos. Yeah, I mean, I believe it could have happened too, Sharon. It's like, you know, do we know for sure? We don't. You know, I don't know. I in my head, I think she wanted Nick caught really soon. That's why she made the Facebook post. It wasn't about finding Dee Dee. Well, it was about finding Dee Dee, but it was about finding Dee Dee and getting Nick on the line. She didn't want him to wear gloves. Wanted him to get caught super duper fast. That's why she also said that I R'd her daughter, because she wanted to make it sound like, you know, she was clueless in this whole thing. I don't know what, because when she was at the police station, you know, she admitted to writing those things. So shouldn't she have not said she wrote those things and that it would have come from him and then she wouldn't have known what happened? I don't know. But whatever it was, she honestly thought he was going to get arrested. I don't know why she would think that they were not going to discover all of that stuff on her phone. This was 2015. She wasn't, did she not know that that was going to be found? The text messages, didn't she know that even if she deleted all of her text messages, his would still be available? I mean, come on, really? She made those posts and he didn't know she did until she did it. Right. But yeah, how could she think that there was not going to be discoverable? Love Shack Sarah says, I want to know if she told Nick about the third post that she deleted. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. People magazine is the Inquirer now. Yeah, Oliver, absolutely. Absolutely. It's totally tabloid now. 100% agree. You don't why it gives her money, baffles me. Yeah, I know. Like she doesn't need it, obviously, right? But I think they think they're buying into the whole poor little abused girl thing. You know what I mean? Poor little abused gypsy. I don't know, guys. She's playing a victim. She's been robbed, right? Robbed of her childhood, robbed of her romance with Ken, robbed of her real relationship with Ken. She probably feels she should not have been in prison at all. It's unfair. She's probably looking back and wanting those, and again, watching Mia and seeing Mia. Now, this is really crucial because I didn't realize this. Mia's 23, but Mia has just turned 23. Gypsy was at the tail end of 23 when she was arrested. So right up close and center, she's going to see these next 8.5 years in Mia's life are those years she believes were robbed from her, right? So as she grows more with the pregnancy and she sees Mia wearing sexy clothing and all that stuff, I think she's going to be more attuned that is what she was robbed of in her mind. Robbed. She feels she has no part at all in that. Like it was done to her. It's not that because of her choices. That's what happened. So yeah, I love Shaq Sarah with that age, and though like she was turning 24, it's so close though. But just like normally someone may say like, oh well, they're still going around and having all this time with their guy, she's going to be settled down with the baby and having to lose the pregnancy weight and get back into shape and all the postpartum stuff and all of that. And her sister will be, graduating from nursing school and have a good career and be going around and, looking great. And that can, make anyone depressed or something like with that. But this is like a person that's already feeling that she was robbed of that time. I don't know. She's it scares me about her. It really does. Because I do believe she is a sociopath or a psychopath, and she doesn't process things the way normal people do, and she doesn't have the emotions that normal people do, and she doesn't have the conscience and the remorse, and it's scary. Royal mashed potatoes. Well, that's why she so much. He told the truth and didn't stick to the script she gave him. Oh, I don't know. She is something. And yet, you know, just wants to be in your face every day, right? She wants to be in everyone's face as this influencer, celebrity. She's positivity is what she's influencing. Positivity, you know, I mean, I don't know. I think this could have like serious repercussions, because just like the media is so careful, right? Trying to be so careful not to glorify any of these shooters of like mass shootings, right? They don't even want to mention their name because they don't want it to influence others, like that might be thinking, oh, I'll go out with a bang, or I'll have this, you know, notoriety with my name. So yet, because the media didn't get the memo that this is not a case of MVP, she's being treated in the major mainstream media as a victim, right? Who had no choice but to unalive her mother. And that's not the truth. And being an influencer and all the copycat stuff, it's dangerous. Ken's so-called girlfriend of 5 years was probably just a suck account of Kristy's. You know, I believe that too, Leland. I don't believe there's... I have yet to see any proof of this girlfriend. Where is the proof of that girlfriend of 5 years? Does anybody know? You know, I heard someone come in here and say a name was given, and this, great, a name was given. Anybody could be pretending to be that person. But for 5 years, where is the footprint online? Where are the pictures? Where is this 5-year relationship? And 5 years is a very long time. Were they contemplating marriage? Did they ever get engaged? Where did they live? Did they live together? Where is all of the information about this relationship? And Gypsy is not jealous that he might go back to the girlfriend. We don't hear it. We hear her say that he might not stay with her, but we don't hear her say that he might go back to such and such a name. And I think Gypsy would be constantly be thinking of that if he had this 5-year relationship with someone. That's a lot of history with someone at his age, right? So what happened? Where did he meet her? Like what's going on? One photo is all there is? That sounds very suspect. doesn't it? It's not a relationship, it's a free ride. I don't know, that something sounds really suspect. That doesn't sound right. 5 years. Just think about that. Where is she? Why hasn't she come for her 15 minutes of fame? Isn't that weird? No, one liked photo. One liked comment. She definitely wanted Nick to take the rap for the entire thing, Sharon says. She really thought she'd get away with it. Where did she think she was going to go, if not with Nick? I wonder if she intended to stay. I think she thought Nick would be arrested and the whole community would rally. They'd find her, right? And she would say, you know, poor little thing, she was brainwashed. And everybody that helped her in the past would come out and help her. They'd sell the house. She'd have proceeds from that. And maybe they'd put her in a Disney. Well, Disney doesn't own Celebration, but maybe she thought they'd get her own place close to Disney. I don't know. I think that's what she thought, probably. I don't think she'd want to go back and live in the pink house, but I think she'd want the proceeds. And I think she'd want all the help she would get. And she probably thought, wow, that would be a windfall for her, right? That would be an absolute windfall if people thought, oh my gosh, here was this poor little girl and she was lured from the internet and this horrible man unalived her mother, and then it was found out she was abused, and oh, the poor thing, we must rally around her. Right? That's, I'm sure, what was in her head. She never thought she was going to go to jail. Remember her? Sir, I want a lawyer. Sir, I can't go to jail. I have a lot of medical conditions. I can't go. Remember her taking her teeth out? Taking her dentures out? Remember that? She was flipping out. She never thought that was going to happen. I didn't know one photo had been found either, Kristy, and I've never seen one thing about it. She could work there as a princess. Well, she would not want to work. She would want to be carried around, maybe. Five years is a long time, Christine. There'd be on social media, right? With everybody having Instagram accounts, this and that and the other thing, there'd be a long trail. Like, what's up with that? And what's up with the video, like where she's making that prison drink for Ken, and she's in a kitchen that's got like really old white cabinets and like tile countertops, but then when she's doing the other meal, she's like in a different kitchen Was that first time before he moved to Louisiana? But if that was before he moved to Louisiana, where did he live? Because she wouldn't have been allowed to go out of state to see him, right? So whose place was that? I've got a lot of questions. This kitchen, let me make this a little bit. That one, as opposed to this. Does anybody know? Adding a Dr. Pepper flavored donut to the menu. Dr. Pepper flavored donut. To kick off football season. Yeah, they have her celebrity pregnancy, celebrity pregnancy, celebrity parent. She's on celebrity parenting. Oh my gosh. She is on celebrity parenting on people. Celebrity parenting. Someone that unalived her mother. Celebrity. Take it in. Okay, so I'm going to check out. Do you guys know about this place? What about those two different places? Where did Ken live before? Didn't Ken live in Texas? Where was that place before? Does anyone know? 17. Yeah, this was weird too, because I heard her saying this. He wrote to her after he saw the HBO documentary. That's strange, right? Okay, because like if my son, like if we're watching that and he just turns to me and says, hey, you know what, Mom? I think I'm going to write to that girl. I'd be like, yeah, right. Are you kidding me? That's a weird thing, okay? That's weird. Okay, so not much is known about his personal life. However, Gypsy shared a bit of him in a 2019 interview, revealing that he came from a big family and was kind of a nerd like herself. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and we both totally are in love with Harry Potter. Ken's mom, Raina Williams, said that he flew from his home in Texas to Louisiana to spend time with Gypsy after her split from Ryan. Now, what was the other house she was in? Tell me. They met when he wrote to her in 2017 after he saw Mommy Dead and Dearest on HBO, and he wanted to write a letter to show his support. He asked me before he wrote the letter, and I thought it was a great idea just to show a girl like that there are people out there her age that can sympathize. Gypsy said they became fast friends once they got in touch. And they started talking on the phone, hours on the phone. And she would talk to him like she had known him her whole life and vice versa. She loves talking for him because she was speaking about that in the video she did. And she was saying, how he feels and how she feels. Well, she can't speak on how he feels. Ken proposed to visit Gypsy in 2018. It was something they discussed for a while. It wasn't out of the blue. In October, he held my hands really close. He told me how much I meant to him. And he said I would really, really be honored if I could have your hand in marriage. And I said yes. They planned to get married January of 2020. But they called it quits for the first time 4 months before they were set to exchange vows. The same day the news of their split broke, Kristy confirmed that they were already back together. Oh my gosh. Saying, the engagement is on, but they're taking things slow and want to keep their relationship as private as possible. That didn't last long. They never walked down the aisle together, and in her book, she claimed that Ken broke things off after Hulu released its drama series about her life called The Act. She said, and I quote, I was transformed into a pseudo-celebrity. My personal life became public, which was really hard on Ken. Wow, if that was really hard on Ken, what is this? Clickbait articles appeared mockingly announcing our engagement. I don't remember stuff about her and Ken from back then at all. I'm trying to remember, when I heard of, nothing really about her until she was going to get released, really. I don't really remember anything about it. Ken was a private person, didn't want the attention or the scrutiny. Well, what's up now with it, Gyp? Well, I understand and shared in his sentiment. I took it hard when he ended our relationship. Ken's mother said when they split, my son has never had any kind of ill intentions towards Gypsy. It devastated him when they broke up the first time. See, this is always a first time with, Gypsy. It seems like she gets off on this, creating this crisis or drama in relationships. You know what I mean? Like Ryan said, if you go back and watch that podcast where they wrote that other couple, and she is actually saying what she does, and he says, yeah, she throws me off a cliff, and then she goes and checks to see that I'm still there. It sounds like borderline personality disorder, but that other couple is like, oh yeah, that's normal, totally normal. And I'm just like, what? But it sounds like that's what she's doing. So it's like, if a person that's like that and she looks like she's deep in the habit of that is probably going to keep pushing him out, seeing if he's coming back, pushing him. Oh my gosh. Okay. But he truly thought that was what was best for Gypsy. see, on April 1st, Gypsy and Ken reunited in Louisiana to get matching husky tattoos that symbolized their close bond. And on April 3rd, they were holding hands outside of a Dollar General on April 4th, and they spent time outside her home on April 3rd. Okay. Still don't know where that other place was in it. Okay. I remember reading that part of it when she... Okay, and then on July 9th, Gypsy announced she was pregnant. 11 weeks. Louisiana, let's see, came as a shock because her OBGYN told her shortly before that she may put her on fertility medication. So there's really not a lot about Ken, okay? There's not a lot. And I'm calling BS on the girlfriend of 5 years until I see something concrete. Sorry, I don't believe it. Do not believe it. Okay, so anyway, what do you guys think? I don't believe it. Jip broke the internet? What happened? She might not like being around in open water. I know I don't like being in boats. Yeah, I don't know, but I think let me see here. I think I'm going to call it a night. Hey, thank you for sending, what did you send? You said something else. You love Swan. She remind me, if you know why the hearts, I used to do this. You keep getting thrown out. I think something's happening with the internet, Misha. I think something's happening with the internet. But I'm going to go. I've been on a long time. And you know what sucks? That you can't keep your YouTube lives, your TikTok lives up unless they're under an hour. So I've either got to go cut it or something. I don't know. All right. So, hey, Nunya. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for those of you that sent gifts on TikTok. And thank you, Snow Remover, for the memberships you got for the channel. And thank you all so much for coming in here. Thank you for those that got new memberships there. Honey. And it was very nice. And I appreciate it. And thank you for the conversation, Honey Floor. Thank you for getting your membership. And everybody, appreciate you guys. I'll be around tomorrow. Let me see something. Oh my gosh. Oh no, thankfully. No, I thought I had an interview tomorrow with an author. That's next Monday. Okay, I got a little scared. What do I have this week? Let me just think, because I kind of scheduled this week because I didn't know what I would be doing. I have an interview on Friday with a really interesting person. That'll be 2 p.m. And then the next week on the 9th, I have a 2 p.m. on Monday, a 2 p.m. on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, one at 2 p.m. and one at 8 p.m. So I'm like flying on that next week. All right. But you guys, much love. Be good. Oh, word cookies. I'm so sorry. Let me do the word cookies. We're going to do the word cookies daily. This is just something we do to calm down around here, wind down. We do the daily. And I forgot to do it last night. So we'll just do that and then we'll skedaddle. Okay. And if you're new and you like us, tell your friends. Tell 2 friends. And have them tell 2 friends. We do a lot of stuff around here. We have like weekly interviews with different authors or business owners to expand our horizons a little bit and meet new people and engage. So that's fun. We do crafts. We do cooking stuff. We do sales, community sales. Well, there's lots of stuff besides just true crime. But true crime is a big thing with the channel. Trials, investigations, stuff like that. I love digging around for stuff in crime cases. Okay. Should we do, let's just do 2 right now. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at this. Evil. Vile. Vine. Okay. Living. Shin is always there. It's there. Okay. Leg. All right. How about a line? give, live. My stomach is rumbling. I need something to eat, I think. Mill, line, gel, living. I think we've got all those. Oh, nil. Maybe nil? Yeah. Okay. I thought I had. What? What is that? That's crazy. It's a crazy word. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see. What do we got? All right, well, I don't know. Do you guys have any help on this one? Because I'm like losing my... Given? Oh, given. Given. Okay, live in. There, we got that. Okay. And live in, given. And how about vigil? Oh, shoot. Okay, vigil and Lang, no. What could it be? Oh, what about an I? I don't know. Need just one more over here. What do you think this is? Help me. Glenn. Yes. All right, that's it. Okay, guys, I will see you later tomorrow. Have a good day today, tomorrow. Thank you so much, and we'll see you later. God bless and prayers for all that need them. Thank you, everybody.